Rất me.
Dạ.
Mới ăn lần đầu hả?
Dạ, con coi ở trên Google á.
Trộn đều lên ăn.
Tụi con ở
lên đó
về á.
lên đó nghe.
Dạ em cảm ơn chị. Chú cho con hỏi món này là bên mình là kiểu như là kiểu gia truyền hay là cái kiểu mà cô
Gia truyền. Ở ngoài Lạng Sơn vô, ông bà nội bán, vô đây bán xong đến vườn.
ở ngoài Bắc.
Ở ngoài bán, ở ngoài Lạng Sơn, Cao Bằng.
Tổ bán được bao lâu rồi chú?
6 mấy năm rồi, bán 3 đời.
Giải phóng.
Bán 3 đời rồi. Trước là bà nội bán, sau đời ông già bán, rồi giờ đời con bán.
Con nghĩ là cái loại phở đó là nhờ cái nước sốt.
Nhưng mà mình trộn đều lên, mình trộn đều cho nó thấm với nước sốt nha. Ăn cay được thì bỏ này vô trộn. Cái này mình húp thôi, đừng có chế vô.
Hey, repeat after me. Mời em. Mời em. Which means after you. The ladies. Again. Mời em.
Thanks.
Tại vì nhà mình tự gói mà đâu phải lấy của người ta. Ngày gói chịu 60 mấy 70 cái hết nghỉ.
Hết nghỉ. I like that. Once we're out, we're out.
That's like, you should be exclusive. Are you commercial?
50 bowls a day.
That's it. At $50 a bowl.
Hell, Western music.
Cowboy.
Oh, I love him.
Enemy spotted.
Oh, here you go. You called him over.
Oh, crap.
Game over.
Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Leighton. Welcome to today's video. This is part 3 of my 24-hour Pho challenge. I've got 3 more stores to visit, and at the end, I'm going to reveal my top pick. But before we begin, let's talk about the sub situation. This channel has exploded over the last few weeks. I remember sitting here 2 weeks ago saying thank you for 4,000 subs, and now I'm on the verge of 6. So never in the history of this channel has it grown so quickly. I'm incredibly humbled because finally the YouTube gods above have recognized the hard work that I put in. They can see that I've been just quietly grinding away in the dark for a year and a half. And it's great to be finally recognized. And I'm currently writing what they call the YouTube algorithm. It's a great feeling. Thank you so much. But if you want to help this channel grow even further, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. Now, let's go get ourselves a taste. To recap this entire series, I had a total of 10 stops to make. The first 7 were located within the city centre or the CBD. And I did it this way so that we can just hit one store after the other without spending half the day in traffic. We caught what they call a grab, or if you want to say it in Pho Vietnamese, a grab, which is the equivalent of an Uber. That took us out to District 3. And as you go further out, you can start to see the city landscape change. The driver dropped us at a camera store, just had to pick up some extra batteries.
Feel important in here.
From there, we decided to walk it to stop number 8 because on the map, it looked like a 5-minute walk, but in Vietnam, Google Map isn't very accurate. And it ended up being this half-an-hour adventure. We got lost a couple of times, and we made our way through windy back streets and narrow alleyways to end up at stop number 8, Pho Chua.
This place is called Pho
Chua.
Pho Chua. Chua means sour. And apparently this one is mixed. It's a dry pho.
It was such a blessing because I could not stomach another hot, steamy bowl of pho. We sat 20 meters down the road in this alleyway, or what they call a đường hẻm in Vietnamese. And the reason, they were doing construction works next door, so it's very dusty and noisy. But it ended up being the coolest place I dined at.
Hybrid broth. And traditional.
It's the home ice cream bell.
Look at that precision. Years of finger banging.
Oh, it is too.
Được không? Em cầm.
This is perfect timing too because it's way too hot for pho.
This thing was incredible. I mean, I didn't even know a dry pho existed. I always thought a pho had to be a soup, but they actually class this as a pho trộn, trộn meaning to mix. So think of it like a salad. You've got the rice noodles tossed in with the cold cut meats, the papaya, the morning glory, and the secret sauce, this thick, sticky, sweet and sour tamarind sauce.
So it's got a sweet and sour sauce through the noodles.
Is that?
And that's what gives it the flavour. And there's morning glory or water spinach, which gives it crunch.
Topping là mấy cái đồ lòng heo á anh, gan nè,
We've got liver,
trái tim rồi đó, em thấy.
heart, giblets.
It was a symphony in your mouth to the soundtrack of the power tools going on in the background. It was so refreshingly light. And I was mistaken, however, because the side soup that you get isn't a pho broth. It's just a simple soup, very similar to the ones that you get with the cơm tấm or the broken rice pork chop.
Bánh,
Yep.
bánh,
Bánh.
giò, giò,
Giò.
yeah, bánh giò.
The other main attraction of this store is the bánh giò.
That's nuts. That is nuts. Woo. Anh chưa bao giờ được thử nó tươi như vậy.
This thing was fucking insane. It jiggled like jello when they brought it out, shaped like a volcano, and nothing, and I mean nothing I've experienced in Australia came close to this. The story of Pho Chua, very similar to the others. Family were originally from the north, came down to the south, and they've been going for 3 generations. And what I didn't tell you was when we got there, we were told not to film by a lady named Jing. I think that's what her name is. She is the daughter of the owner. She told us not to film out of respect for her father. As I turned towards the alleyway, I caught a glimpse of her father in the back, and he looked straight at me. He wasn't well, and I knew he was on his way out. And it made me really sad, but I had to remind myself that the reason I'm doing this is so I can capture the story of Pho Chua while he's still around. So on behalf of the Pho community, I wish Jing and her father the best in health. I want to thank all the staff there. They were so genuine. Like, you could hear it in their voice that they spoke from the heart.
Rất là ngon.
Cái này 3 đời đó. Từ nội em 54 tới giờ vô tới giờ.
Anh chưa từng ăn một cái gì ngon như vậy.
Anh bánh giò là nhà gói luôn, cái này là người nhà tự làm hết.
Buổi sáng mà lại sớm là thấy đang ngồi gói bánh, phải gói ngày chừng 60-70 cái.
I loved every moment of sitting in that alleyway. It is a must try.
Thúy Nga. Một dĩa đi. Làm một dĩa đi. Một dĩa đi. Thúy Nga is like my mom's favorite singer.
Thúy Nga đây.
Thúy Nga, em tặng mẹ.
Đây, quay Thúy Nga đi. Rồi, Thúy Nga đây. Thúy Nga đây. Đó, Thúy Nga đây với hay nữa nè.
Stop number 9, Pho Tau Bay, out in District 5. This store means aeroplane pho. And quick side story, in Cabramatta, where I grew up in Sydney, there was a pho restaurant with this exact same name. And it turns out one of the guys in my grade, his family owned it. It was late afternoon, we caught another grab out there and everyone was smashed. We were very tired. Peak hour was about to hit, but we made an amateur mistake. We didn't check the opening hours.
Nó có đóng cửa hay sao em ơi?
Đóng cửa rồi.
Place is closed.
4 giờ mới mở.
The thing about catching a grab is you get out when you get to your destination. That's it. It isn't like a taxi where I could have just said to the driver, hey, this place is closed, let's go on to the next, and the meter keeps rolling on. It wasn't like that. So we physically got out in front of this store, we were figuring out what to do, and then this OG walks out. White hair, blue eyes. Meet Chu Khang, the owner and chef of Pho Tau Bay and one of the legends in Ho Chi Minh City.
Raiden.
But I'm just going to call him Raiden.
Lord Raiden, how good of you to grace us with your presence.
Dạ, nên là tụi con muốn đi ăn thử mấy quán phở thì coi trên Google là có đánh giá Pho Tau Bay mình.
Đúng rồi.
Dạ. Quán này là của chú luôn. Chú thợ nấu hay là sao ạ?
Chú nấu luôn mà, chú chính nè, vai chính nè.
Dạ.
Chú tên gì?
Khang.
Dạ, chú Khang. Mà mình mở tại Việt Nam.
Người nhà cũng có Pho Tau Bay ở bên Cali á.
Bạn con ở Sydney á. Bạn con bảo là Sydney cũng có một cái phở.
Không giống. Chỉ lấy cái tên thôi.
Lấy tên thôi. Ở đây chỉ có đây là hai tiệm này là chính. Có một tiệm mà bên chỗ ở Cali á.
Dạ.
Cali chỗ Santa Ana.
70 plus years. Far out. I'm on 12 and I'm extremely exhausted.
Ở đây là hai quán.
Dạ.
Quán bên kia, quán này. Hồi xưa hai cái nhà là của ông bà cụ.
Dạ.
Ông bà cụ chết rồi. Bây giờ các con á, có 6 người con. Ba người con vô trong Nam năm 54. Đó. Còn ba người con ở ngoài Bắc mới vô sau này.
I asked for a photo. He said yes. We turned to leave and he invites us inside his house.
Chú nói là có thể vào đây để chụp hình những đấy.
Dạ. Cái này cái nhà này từ xưa ở đây á, là 1954 á. Đó. Cái này hai bà này là mở Pho Tau Bay nè, hai bà cụ á.
Dạ.
Đó. Đó gia đình đó.
Nhưng mà phở mình là phở Việt Bắc.
Bắc.
Dạ. Con có đọc.
Là con của người Bắc, về cô đi lâu rồi.
Dạ.
Nó hơi lai nam chút.
Dạ. Cái vị chắc tại vì phở Bắc đối với con thì nó sẽ thanh hơn là vị của miền Nam mình. Miền Nam mình nó sẽ thiên nghiêng về nó.
Đúng rồi.
Nó hơi ngọt.
Hơi đậm đà.
Đậm đà nó.
Đậm đà hơn. Đúng rồi.
Miền Bắc thì nó sẽ thanh hơn.
And then I asked Chu Khang that one question. What is the secret to a better pho?
Có thể nấu được phở ngon hơn, cái đó là lời.
Cái đó là do từng cái feeling. Cái đó hả?
He answered it without even flinching. Feelings. And he is 100% correct.
Cái này nè. Đó. Đầu bếp là phải biết.
Cảm ơn.
Ví dụ mình nấu ở đây, cái khẩu vị mình khác. Coi cách nấu nướng về kia là mình phải check.
What does this even mean? Well, to give you my personal story, back in the days, I did not know how to cook. fried eggs, instant noodles. That was my entire repertoire. And early in the piece, I had a chef, and I remember he was whipping up his sauce, sweet and sour, and he was just throwing in the seasoning, tasting, adjusting, autopilot. I stood next to him with a pad and a pen, and I was screaming,
Can you slow down a bit? Can you convert that into tablespoons?
Tablespoons?
That's how I learned how to cook, by exact measurements, because my background is engineering. I remember the look on his face. He'd laugh, because he was this Chinese chef, very little English, and he said to me,
No, do your feeling.
I didn't understand what that meant. But fast forward to today, when I season my batch of pho, I do it using my feelings. Half the time I'm on the phone to my best mate, or I'm thinking about something else as I'm doing it. So this is what using your feelings means. When it comes to cooking at home, how this advice comes into play is, if you're cooking, say, my internet pho recipe, and you're doing it for the first time, and you taste it, but you like yours sweeter, well, do that. Use your feelings, add more sugar in next time, and at the dinner table, when you're serving it, if anyone says, wow, this broth is sweet, you back yourself and you say, well, that's how I like it.
Look how much sugar you put in there. We're only supposed to be acting. Do you know the cost of living these days?
How much is it?
The packet of sugar's gone up.
How much is it?
Cái này đủ một ngày bán không? Nhiều lắm.
I want to thank Ju Kang for the interview. It was unplanned, but this was one of my best memories from the trip, and it's one that will stay with me for a very long time, because I got to capture this moment for future generations. And for Tau Bay, I don't even need to endorse it, because it makes no difference. The size of those baskets of spring onions that was being cut up in front of my eyes tells you the stupid volumes of pho that they do each day. So regardless of what I say, it's not going to make any difference. But if you want to check it out for yourself, go down and see Ju Kang at Pho Tau Bay next time you're in Ho Chi Minh City.
Yeah, there we go. I was just saying we didn't get a bowl here, but that is a priceless interview. This is one of the whole reasons why I started the channel, to chat with other restaurant owners, legends like Pho Tau Bay, and just getting a few words in. That's made my trip all worthwhile.
I was hoping to round out this series today. Ran a bit too long. So there's going to be a fourth and final installment. And I've saved the best to last, because I'm going to be taking you to Landmark 81, the tallest building in Ho Chi Minh City, for a very expensive bowl of pho and that view.
Unbelievable.
Stay tuned for that. Until then, stay safe. My name's Leighton. I've got a bunch of Hat and M orders to send out. Minneapolis, you can get a taste.